Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back for another episode of the Talos Principle. Ironically, for a game that is about a computer program that is acting a little crazy, I've had some computer programs that have been acting a little crazy. Last episode, I managed to overheat my GPU. Mostly my fault, since I heat my house to 81 degrees Fahrenheit. In these cold winter days, so it just got taxed. I can't blame the program for that. I can't blame the hardware for that. I blame the fact that I just have my heater set too high. And then on top of that, since I reboot my computer and installed new graphics cards updates, which doesn't seem like that affected much, I messed up the settings that I should have been set on to record the next episode. So now I've reloaded from a backup to where we were at. This is the puzzle we crashed at, but I've already gotten the pieces. So I've already solved this puzzle. I've already solved several other puzzles. I did a whole episode. I've also kind of resolved that I'm not going to read aloud or even try to read aloud the items on computers anymore. It just is so much reading. Typical lazy person complaint here. It's too much reading, but it really is. It's just too much reading for me. So I'm gonna bring up those video things, give you a few seconds to pause the screen if you want to read it, or you can just play the game, you know. That would solve your problem too, if you just played the game yourself. But, so I'm gonna bring up those screens, I'm gonna skim over them just very quickly, particularly the ones I've already seen, and we're going to move on from that point. Now, having said that, there are some interactions that are still going on with this Milton library assistant that I do want to continue having those interactions. In fact, I may even get to have some different responses to him now that I'm playing this section over again. And yep, that's how you solve this puzzle. I took about 10 more minutes on top of all the time you saw me the first time working on this puzzle to totally trying to get the blue beam to go through here to there. And deception is right, because that's all this is. You just have to do it this way. And that would unlock the piece. The piece is already missing. Okay. So we did that one. It auto-saves, even though I've loaded from a backup. It auto-saved everything. Okay, so here's one of the interactions. Am I obliged to answer that question? Only ask, but I'm just gonna answer this. You're testing me. I must resist the Talos temptation. Oh no, he's really gotten to you, hasn't he? You need to forget everything you've been told and just ask yourself, what could possibly do to command such blind faith in their authority? If I have a maker, he would know my purpose and command my faith. If someone is better and wiser than I, they deserve my faith. It is fundamentally clear to me that Elohim is in charge here. No one commands blind faith. true believer we have here, not even raising an argument, but I tell you, he ain't all he makes out. Look, all I'm saying is, if I were you, I wouldn't just take anyone else's word for it, that's all. Whatever you do take care. You have bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. I will. So a little bit different interaction there this time. Not gonna read these. Pause the screen now if you want to read this. We kind of know what everything is about. They're gonna either be talking about Alexandria, the Talos Principle, other myths associated with the Talos Principle, or this work that was being done on this project that probably made Elohim, or just general internet things. Like right here is just internet comments. I'll leave it here and then I'll scroll down, I guess. There you go. And I just, particularly the ones I've already read. So, let's see if I can remember which ones I've already done. We did this one before, so we have footage of that one. Sounds like there's a computer back here. There's a ladder back there. Interesting. And we see these glitches that look like there might be ways out. Hi. Oh, good. So it only saved the one I'd already done. So we can just redo the puzzles now. I've still done this puzzle, but I reloaded from a backup and it didn't remember. Air mines. This one's a little tough. Because if there's air mines sitting right here. I could depower that right there. Come on, then. What am I trying to do? No. Can't just leave that there. I need it. We've got the keys. Keys open the gates. And we need the jammer again. Go ahead and jam that right there. And then control switch to turn it off. Take the jammer again. This one didn't really give me a lot of trouble. It just took like one miss. I did it wrong once and it killed me. Got too close to a mine. But I knew what I was trying to do. Didn't give me any real trouble. I'm I'm all turned around again. See this beep beep. I keep getting the feeling that there's just tons more to this world that they aren't revealing to us yet. Anyways, so the section I want to get to is on this side. It's over here. And I hear something over here. It sounds louder over here. But how would you get up there? It's like there's a whole extra section. It's obviously not for me to find yet. It's not time for me to find those secrets out. So we found everything except for the star. Hello again, would you like to take a few moments to do a short satisfaction survey? I'm going to answer this differently than what I did the first time. I'm going to spoil the survey. What business best describes the reason for your investment in the certificate programs? Why does being a person matter to you? Wait, we're having a conversation. Do keep up or this will be a slow process. Would you like to participate properly? Alright, fine. It's the truth. Where do I believe I am? Alright, so last time I said could be anywhere. And now I'm gonna say a virtual reality theme park. Dear me, I don't think we'd best start from scratch. Oh dear, no. Wow, that's just a straight answer, no. I think we'd best start from scratch. What do you know? I know I exist. I suppose so. Even if you were dreaming, you could be certain of that. If I were you, I wouldn't believe a darn thing in this place aside from that solitary fact. Thinking. On reflection, it seems to me that we are no closer to resolving the problem. Perhaps we need more data. What makes you think you're a person? Last time I said I don't see how I can convince you. I'm gonna say I'm alive, I feel unconscious. You may very well say so, but how does that prove anything? To me, those are only words on the screen. What we need to uncover is what's going on underneath them, if anything. Thinking. The problem with people, if I may be so bold, is that you're all convinced you're people from the inside, but there's no cast iron way to confirm as much from the outside. I'm going to process this and I'll send you notification when I'm able to assist you further. So we're still trying to convince those computers that we are actually a human, even though we're looking at robot hands right now. Which nobody's really said straight up that this is a robot. So he could just be a human with robot hands. Could be all humans are in robot bodies at this point. Talking about chatbots, talking about Cicero. So pretty much the computer thinks we may just be chatbots. The question is, why is the computer so interested in only giving humans admin access? Turn the question around. Why can a robot or whatever I am not be granted admin access? Something to think about. Notice this is the standard shape design, standard shape computer with lots of slots. I was privy to a lot of old computers. Never one that had quite this many slots, but you used to have to put a slot in for like a serial connection for a mouse, another COM connection for a printer, another card for your monitor. So you could easily have 3, 4, 5 cards in an average computer because the motherboards just didn't have anything built in like they do now. Now you buy a motherboard, you have almost everything, if not everything you would need. Maybe you put a better graphics card in a computer if you were playing gaming. But in the old days, I even had a couple of really old computers where you put the RAM in via a slot like this. Usually the RAM are their own special connections inside the motherboard. But I had a really old one. It was this longest slot you'd ever seen. Let's see. If this was the actual size of a computer, imagine the RAM went the full length and then a couple more inches. It was a really long computer, and it maybe 256 megabytes at most, but probably not. Maybe only 1 megabyte of RAM for a card, and that's what computers had. I also had was given probably one of the very first designs of a portable computer, and it was shaped like a giant piece of luggage. And what you would do if you imagine a giant piece of luggage, you would knock it over on its side very carefully. It was a very expensive device in this day. You would place it on the side carefully, and then the bottom would have some clips that you would pull out, and the bottom would fall down, and the keyboard would be right there, the bottom cover. And then you would see this tiny, like 3-inch green screen, single color monitor that was built in, and then 2 5 1/4 floppy disks. No hard drives, nothing, anything like that. And that was the computer. It was about 80 pounds. The actual case was made out of a heavy copper, so it was super heavy. But it was one of the very first portable computers. And one of the concepts that people forget in the midst of time is that PC stands for personal computer, because a computer used to be as big as a server room. If you've seen server rooms on TV, that used to be a computer that big, and it used to be the slowest thing you've ever seen in your life. Just ridiculously small. See, this is a different layout. This is an Ian computer. It's much smaller. It says Ian. It has a different base. Everything seems to be integrated. There seems to be no power going into it, interestingly enough, and only 3 slots. 3 slots is about right these days. Depending on the design, your computers may only have 1 slot or no slots, depending on whether it is, what kind of computer motherboard it is. Anywho, so now we're back to catching up. I have no idea what a star is in this thing. I haven't seen any indication as to where the star could be. I imagine it is hidden back behind this wall that's beeping. I mean, you know it has to be here, don't you? You're hearing this beeping, you're seeing a ladder. Maybe a ladder appears on this side at some point in the future. And it shows you these glitches like maybe you can get through. But yeah, there's no way to get on either side of this. This is something else. Wait. If I got really close, could I blow the wall? That sounds like an air mine. Can we trigger the air mine? Is that the trick? No, I can't figure any way that would be the trick. Yep. Well, we'll figure that out later. We have lots of gold stars that we still need to find. We'll come back on the second pass and try and work on all this. So that is Sector 6. We have 3 gold stars. This episode is going to be a little bit quicker because I'm just doing things I've already done. So gold stars give you the pieces. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more gold stars before I can unlock that gate. And there's no telling what it's going to take to unlock this gate. Obviously, we're going to need some kind of ability in the future to break down walls if we are allowed in here. Unless this is some kind of DLC add-on that's going to come later. I don't know. Anything like that. Alright, next episode we are going to try for all of these puzzle pieces. And we're going to do it, I think. But that's the end of this episode. So I need to recharge my robot batteries again. So I'm going to stand right here and stare at these signs and contemplate what sigils could possibly be. I mean, for 24 hours so my batteries can recharge. This is a really silly silly way of explaining how the episodes break up, but what can I say? Like always, I ask that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Comment if you want to, and watch every second of the video because all that helps me out. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at RydoOfall. RYDOOFALL. Have a good evening.